Hello everybody and welcome back to FX Street. My name is Akash and today we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum and discuss what's happening with it because the merge is going to take place in like roughly 3 days, right? So let's discuss what's happening with it. But before we get into that, please make sure to head on over to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to stay updated to the hottest trends in the crypto market, make sure to also click on the bell icon. You can give us a follow on Twitter at FX's Crypto. And if you enjoy the content that I put out, make sure to give me a follow as well at Mangyako with a zero at the end. Okay, so let's get into Ethereum, right? Let's start with the macro outlook first, right? The macro outlook shows that Ethereum price is hovering around the 1730 significant support level, right? Like it was a resistance level uh, after it broke down below it on 9th June, and it did briefly break above it, right? And then now it's currently trying to break above it again. So if we get a decisive 3-day candlestick close above this particular resistance level, then I feel like there's a chance for the price to go up, right? And regardless of a 3-day candlestick close, right? I feel like due to the merge happening in like another 2.5 days, there's a very good chance Ethereum price can like see another spurt of buying pressure, buying momentum, whatever you want to call that, where it goes up, kind of forms another double top here. If you look at these two tops, right, like first, the second, right. So I'm expecting something like this to happen. So in a way, 2K Ethereum could be possible again before Ethereum merge happens, right? So that is one take, right? And regardless of what happens after that, like for now, I think Ethereum going back to 2K seems really possible, right? And like if you look at what's happening here, right, roughly extending from 1586 all the way down to 1224, there is virtually no volume nodes present here. So if the price does go up here from a local top around roughly $2,000, it would be a clear indication that the price is looking to come back down into this particular level here at roughly 1420, 1450 seems like a good place to form some sort of a base here, because then it would complete this M top or double top, which looks like an M, right? And then once we break down below 1450, 1400, we can expect it to go down to 1280, which is like the first major support level after 1450. And after that, we have the volume point of control around 1160. So basically what I'm saying is expect a run up to 2K followed by a drop to 1400 and then 1280 and then roughly 1160 or roughly $1,000. It seems like a good place to kind of form a bottom. Right on top of that, you can see there's a ton of liquidity resting here, almost equal lows, right? So there is clearly liquidity resting below the lows formed on 27th and 9th of July. So yeah, in a way, I'm expecting a full retracement of this run up that we saw. On top of that, if you look at the macro perspective, right, like merge is scheduled to take place in what roughly, hold up, right? 2 days, 20 minutes, 2 days, 20 hours and 41 minutes, right? So clearly it's going to take some time, right? But if you look at what's happening here, right, from a macro perspective, there is a massive gap here extending from 960 to 383. And the fact that Ethereum price only grazed it during mid-June, when Bitcoin price crashed to something $17,000, indicates that the fact that this is happening, right, it indicates that there is a chance where Ethereum price could drop all the way down to 755, basically, which is the daily FEG, right? Beyond that, the price could head as low as 591. But my target basically is that Ethereum price could bottom anywhere between these two levels here, extending from 600 to 383. So yeah, from a macro perspective, a bottom around 600 to $400 seems plausible in my outlook, because I am expecting Bitcoin price to do something similar, right? Head down to 13.5K to 12K, where it could form a bottom. So that basically is my technical side of the things for Ethereum, but from a merge perspective, right? Like I've already mentioned in my previous videos, but let me just briefly mention, right? The miners are against the merge, basically because it would take the miners out. It would render their equipments moot, right? So obviously they have to find an alternative, or they have to fight against the transition into proof of stake. So this has been happening for quite some time. Galois Capital's Kevin kind of shed a lot of light on this, and basically what's going to happen is there's going to be although there are a couple of Ethereum proof of work tokens already trading, but none of them are actually trading on popular exchanges except for BitMEX, right? And even though you look at those coins, like the proof of work Ethereum coins, they are dropping. Like nobody gives a damn about these coins, right? So obviously there's gonna be forks in roughly 2 days, and people holding Ethereum are gonna get airdropped their tokens, right? So that is one way to go about it, like how we can approach Ethereum merge. Hold the token, get an airdrop, sell it. Right, from a tax perspective, if you look at it, like you have to sell it immediately so that you can afford taxes. Because if you don't sell and you hold it and the price crashes, right, for Ethereum proof of work, you will be taxed at the price that you were gifted the tokens. So technically you would be in loss, and you would have to add more, like give money out of your pocket to pay the tax, right? So people in the US worried about the tax and stuff, it would be like, at least from what I've read about it, it feels like the best way to approach merge is to basically sell the airdrop tokens and basically wait until the tax filing season, file them, pay the taxes, and be done with it, right? But if you want to risk it, and if you want to hold the Ethereum proof of work airdrop, you could hold it, right? But if the price goes up, well and good, right? You still have to pay taxes on your profits. You still have to pay taxes on the airdrop. But on the off chance the price does not go up of the airdrop tokens, you will be in a lot of trouble, right? So this is the second aspect of Ethereum, and how you prepare for Ethereum. The for the people that are not in the US, right, like or in the Europe, where the taxes are basically the tax laws are basically stringent, you don't have to worry about it. Even in India, like there aren't very clear tax rules. Like I've been speaking to my CA for quite a bit, and even the CA is kind of in a gray area where the government hasn't provided actual rules, laws, regulations, or like steps on how to file the taxes for crypto, right? It's still in a bit of a gray area. Although they have provided a little bit of clarity, it's not enough to, yeah, so it's not enough basically. So back to Ethereum Merge, right? I wrote an article today on Ethereum Merge, and in that I basically discuss the possibility of Ethereum blockchain kind of getting hacked after it shifts to proof of stake, because this anonymous developer, who obviously anonymous, right, says that if you control two consecutive blocks, you can start an exploit on block n and finish it on block n+1 without having an arbitrage bot coming in and fixing the price that you have manipulated in between. So basically he's saying that there is a potential for exploits post merge. So that is one thing you have to, like, on top of the uncertainty that the merge will go on successfully, we have to also worry about potential hacks, manipulation, and all that stuff, right? So it's a very interesting event that's going to happen, right? So first is the technical side of things, to summarize, like the technical side of things, which is already pretty easy compared to what could happen after the merge. And then we get to the fundamental side of things, where Ethereum price, you're going to get airdrops and how you approach the airdrops with respect to the tax things. And then the possibility of hacks or the merge not going successfully. So there's a ton of things that you have to worry about, a ton of variables basically. On top of that, the last thing I want to talk about is the CPI data, right? As you can see, tomorrow there's going to be announcement of the US CPI data. And then I think today there was a announcement from, hold up, not this. Yep, consumer price index. It's gonna happen tomorrow at 6 UTC. So yeah, there's a ton of volatility that's gonna come in tomorrow and the day after that. So 2000 is basically what, roughly 16% away, and it could happen right away, right, just like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Ethereum, guys. If you enjoyed this analysis on Ethereum Merge, how to handle your airdrops, CPI data, and all that stuff, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, stay safe.